Welcome back to my YouTube channel, you free-spirited wanderer. Is that forced? I don't know. I'm trying to talk to me. I'm trying to talk to a past version of me, or even a current version of me. Like you, I'm talking to you. But the person I'm aiming at is someone who is a version of me. So if you're watching this, you're probably a free-spirited wanderer, because that's what I am. So hello. And today I wanted to talk about the hair in my mouth. No. Okay, we'll move on from that. Today I wanted to talk about sitting in nature for no reason other than doing it. I have a dog. Faye, come say hi since I'm talking about you. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. This is Faye. Her name is Freya. She's named after the goddess, but we call her Faye. And she is 6 years old. So for basically the past 6 years, I have been taking her on walks pretty much every day. So I have become accustomed to my time in nature being walking. Like, I don't mean walking and sitting, I mean just walking, right? Because of Faye, she's a border collie, so she needs a lot of exercise. And there are times when I don't want to do it because, like, I don't want to go for like an hour-long walk. And it becomes my time in nature. I sort of resent it a little bit, sometimes, not all the time. And the last few days, so where are we? Did I start this like 3 days ago? I've tried to find a place in nature to come and film these videos. Ideally because I didn't want to be in my van, because my van isn't very pretty. One day my van will be pretty, but right now it's not. And I struggled to find a place that I could sit and be quiet. That's in one of my previous videos. And then yesterday I came to Richmond Park. I'm in Richmond Park again today because my partner had 2 shoots 2 days in a row that were near Richmond Park. So I decided to come with him. And yeah, I've just realized how much I enjoy setting down a blanket, for example. It doesn't have to be a blanket, and just enjoying being in nature rather than walking through it. I love walking through it, and there are times when the walking is like my favorite part. But I am in my luteal phase, like I'm literally due on my bleed very, very soon. So my energy is like super low. So the idea of me walking for an hour twice in one day does not sound appealing to me. But I'm sat here. I found this spot. There is a plane going overhead, but I've got my microphone, so I don't think you should be able to. I don't think it should disturb the audio too much, but I apologize if it does. Yeah, I found this nice spot. I would say it was super private, but honestly, as soon as I sat down here, I got disturbed twice. Like, there's no one here now, so I have no idea why, for some reason, when I came over here, everybody came over here. That's really loud. I wonder how loud it is on this audio. I have no idea. I'm sorry. Hi. It's so loud. Yeah, my audio is picking up. So yeah, I don't know why people came over here. I think maybe it's because I came over here. I'm in London, like I've said this before, I'm in the London area, and I grew up in the countryside, kind of like not the middle of the countryside, but like a normal sort of countryside-ish town in the Midlands. So I'm not used to like people being on top of each other all the time. And in London, this is just what people do. Like, they just want to be on top of each other for some reason. I'm sure it's the same in most cities, not just London, but London's the only one I have experience in. So to me, when I find a space that's like super private and super quiet, and I find a space to sit down, like the idea of somebody walking towards me and being next to me is like, why would you do that? Like, I'm not on a path. I'm not on a main path. I'm like really out of the way of everything. And there were 2 people like picking berries, and then they came up and they were like picking berries right next to me. And I actually asked them, sorry for clearing my throat in the microphone. I actually asked them if they would mind going somewhere else, because I picked this spot to try and have some peace and quiet. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure, we'll move on. So they were very nice about it. And I'm actually proud of myself because there are plenty of circumstances where I wouldn't have said anything. In fact, I'm going to be honest. The first occasion, there was two guys and one of their daughters, and there was a deer right near me, and it was like staring at Faye, so I didn't want to go past because I had Faye. And they came up to come and see the deer, and then they ended up chasing the deer off anyway. And I kind of quite abruptly said to them, like, of course it went away. Like, I'm sat here to get some privacy. Go somewhere else. So the first time I did that was not so polite and kind. I also haven't eaten breakfast today, and my partner's calling me, so I'm going to have to come back to this. Okay, I have plenty of time. He's going to work in the car, so I can sit and chill here for a bit longer. So the first time I responded to the people interrupting me was not very calm and balanced. But I hadn't had breakfast, and I did just have a flapjack now, so I think I'm feeling a little less hangry. I get really hangry if I haven't eaten. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I was just noticing, like, oh, okay, that came out because of that. Anyway, so that's just today's experience. But finding a space in nature to sit and just be, I think is really valuable. I think a lot of us have the idea of like walking in nature, especially in England. Like a lot of people, not everyone I know, but like a lot of people have dogs. So when they go in nature, they're usually walking their dog. And I think a lot of people, just when they go out with their families, for example, they'll like go for a walk. I know I did a lot as a child with my family, and we did sit in spaces. But I guess it wasn't all the time. That was only like if we had a picnic planned, for example. But if we were going on a walk, we went on a walk. We didn't sit somewhere in the middle. And especially since I've been living in the van the last year or so, without going into too much detail, we can't move our van. So we're stationary. We live in the van, but we're stationary. So we've only had a couple of places that I can go for a walk. I've been in two places, like we parked somewhere and now we're parked in a different place. So there's only like one place on each of those that I can like go and walk around. And honestly, both of those places aren't very good for just finding a place to sit down and not be disturbed by people, which is a very big, important thing for me personally, not being disturbed by people, because it really stresses my nervous system. And me being in nature is a way for me to ground myself, both physically, like my nervous system, and spiritually. I am a pagan. I haven't talked about that much because I feel like I don't have the experience to talk about it. I will at some point when I get more confident. But I'm a pagan, and I'm a witch. And for me, the basis of both of those is nature. Paganism is a nature worshipping system. And for me, at least, I know that maybe not everybody's going to agree with this, but for me, at least, nature is the basis of witchcraft. Energy is in nature, and that's what witchcraft is. It's like tapping into those energies, tapping into nature, tapping into ourselves and what's around us. So, yeah, it's a very personal experience for me to be in nature. Like when I'm intentionally in nature, trying to surround myself with nature. Especially because I am introverted, I am highly sensitive, as I've said, and I want to be able to have quiet. Like I said, being in London right now, I don't really ever get that. You can hear the planes going across. There's people, like even in this huge park, like Richmond is a big park, but because it's in the middle of London, basically, it's not like the middle, but it's a very well-known park in London. A lot of people come here. It's a Saturday, it's sunny. A lot of people come here. So it's never going to be fully quiet. And what I dream of, especially when I can get a van that's moving and we can really kind of travel around with it, is to be able to go to places and forests that are just quiet, that have space. And that might not be here in England because England is a very like crowded country, but maybe, Wales, Scotland, definitely in Europe. That's my dream. That's my goal, is to be able to find places and like have at least a few days where I can just have quiet and like no human interaction apart from my family, like my dog and my partner. But I mean like environmental energy, environmental noise. I don't just mean audible noise, I mean like energetic noise as well. And yeah, where was I going with that point? I'm not really sure. I'm going to clear my throat. I'm going to have some drink. Yeah, sitting in nature. I've gone on a big tangent. That's what I do. If you like tangents, you're gonna like my channel. So keep watching. Yeah, so I have been sitting in nature the past few days. Like I found places to sit, and not for very long. Like I think in my mind, like if I'm gonna come out and sit in nature, it needs to be for like hours and hours to make it worth it. For some reason, I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's like a perfectionist thing. I don't know. But the last few days, I've only been out for like sat down in the space that I found for maximum an hour. Probably not more than that on any of the 3 days. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed it, and it's felt so nourishing. And it's really helping me to connect back to that grounding and that spirituality, like I was just talking about, that I felt quite disconnected from recently. So I don't know. Am I trying to give advice here? I don't know. I think there's a audio on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever of David Attenborough basically saying like, just sit, like go in nature, sit and do nothing, and you'll be surprised at what you see or what you find or what you discover or what happens. And I 1,000% agree with that. My what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's like always like go off the beaten path. If you always walk on the beaten path, and I mean this literally, like you can 100% take this metaphorically, but right now I'm actually talking literally. If you go on the beaten path, you're seeing the same thing everybody else saw. You're seeing what other people want you to see. So the people that have kind of created that path, they want you to have a certain experience. You're having an experience that somebody else has laid out for you. And you're not discovering anything new. You're not following your own intuition or anything like that. You're just kind of like mindlessly following the path. If you go off the beaten path, you discover things that maybe other people haven't seen. You discover things that you weren't expecting, or you encounter things. You maybe encounter challenges. I have this a lot where I go off in a certain direction and I'm like, oh, I can't go this way. I need to either backtrack or go, around and go a different way. Or I hit a challenge that actually ends up being like the most fun thing ever. One of my favorite memories is going to, I believe, Box Hill with my partner and my dog. And oh, she's sleeping. That's so cute. The fact that she's sleeping in the forest is melting my heart. I love that. Sorry, get back on point. So Box Hill with my partner, and we went off the beaten track. And Box Hill is like it's really hilly, hence why it's called Box Hill. And yeah, we went off the beaten track and we found this bit that was like a path. It wasn't a path. It was more just like the trees weren't there. Like, I'm not going to say it's like an actual path that people walk up, but there was like a full trail all the way up this really big hill. And we climbed it, and it took us like an hour or half an hour or something crazy. It wasn't even that far. It was just so steep. It was such an adventure and such a like chaotic thing to get up, but so much fun. And both of us to this day always said that's like one of our favorite memories. And that wasn't planned. Like, there was no way we could have possibly planned that. We only got that because we went off the beaten path. Yeah, so I always recommend going off the beaten path, metaphorically and literally in life. And I think that has like kind of the same principle as like just be in nature and sit and do nothing. It's like, yeah, you don't need to be doing something. I think a lot of humans think, or maybe it's just society, maybe it's not humans, maybe it's just our current society, I don't know. Like, we always seem to think we need to be doing something or interacting. And yeah, some of my most spiritual moments, some of my most calming and healing moments are sitting in nature and doing nothing. And then you see a bird, or like I said, there was a deer that came over. You see the sun like coming through the trees, and then the branches move and the sun kind of like moves in between the leaves, and you notice the different shades of green and the berries that you could eat. And I'm looking just in front of me right now, and there's always like 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of tree, maybe 5, that I can literally see just in front of me right now. Yeah, and you see all the different colors. Like it doesn't even have to be something amazing happening. It doesn't have to be, a swarm of crows come past you, or I don't know, crows are in my head, or like a bunch of deer all walking past you. It doesn't have to be like this crazy, impactful thing. It can actually be these really, really tiny, small moments that are beautiful, that you're never going to notice if you don't slow down and just sit and do nothing. Even I think yesterday, the day before, I brought stuff with me to do. Like I brought my I like do knotted bracelets, and I brought that with me. I didn't end up doing it. Obviously, I bring my camera equipment because this is like something that I actually enjoy doing in this environment. It's a very personal thing. So even though I'm saying like don't do anything, this is also something that's very personal to me. So it kind of fits me sat here, just being grounded, being spiritual, allowing myself to flow and channel and connect to my passion and connect to me and be authentic and not have to put on a face. Me sat here in nature is the perfect place for me to do that, which is, that just makes me so happy. That's so lovely. I love that. I'm so grateful, actually, that I get the opportunity to do something like this and to express myself like this. But I was saying about trying to find something to do. So yeah, I brought stuff with me to do, or like the idea of maybe bringing a book to read. I'm not reading anything at the moment. Yeah, you don't need to. Like, if you go and sit in front of the TV or you sit and scroll on your phone, we're just, what's the word I want to look for? I don't know. Because it's not just about distracting. It's like, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Like, you just want stimulus, right? A lot of us, if we're watching a TV show, like I could happily watch a TV show that I've watched before, which means I don't need to pay attention to the storyline necessarily. I just like want the stimulus of the colors and the sound and things. And same with our phones. A lot of us aren't, if we're like scrolling short form content, we don't need the stuff that we're watching most of the time. Maybe something you're looking for intentionally, but I'd say 90% of the time, we don't need to be taking in the information that we're watching. We're doing it for stimulation. And if you actually come in nature, like after this video, well, after I do my reel as well, I'm going to lie down and just like look up at the trees and the sky and the sun. And if you just do that for a few minutes, you realize like that is plenty of stimulation, that's like as much as you need. And I feel like it gives me the same level of stimulation that I'm looking for when I go on my phone to scroll, but I'm also getting nourished at the same time. I'm also not having like a bombardment of information. I thought there was a deer behind me. Maybe not. It's not a bombardment of information. It's not a bombardment of like ideas or colors or sounds. It's like you're seeing green and blue, which are the natural colors. They're like nice for our eyes to look at. Our eyes want to look at those colors because we are adapted to live. We are supposed to live in nature. So us being able to see green, like as far as I understand, humans can see more shades of green than they can of any other color because we're so used to those leaves and things and those colors. And sorry, I'm seeing the people that disturbed me before and I feel weird, but they're going a different way, so it's fine. So yeah, like it's just, I don't know, looking up, even just listening to the wind in the leaves, like that's just like such a lovely sound. Like, if you listen, I don't know if anybody does, but if you like listen to ASMR on YouTube or whatever, any type, and I don't just mean like that normal ASMR, you might just be watching videos because you enjoy the sounds or the colors or whatever. That's still kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, it's its own ASMR. And even, I don't know, I don't know. I think I might have made my point. I think I might have made my point. Let's see how long I've been waffling for. Only 14 minutes. Honestly, that feels so long. It doesn't feel like it's only 14 minutes. Yeah, I think that's my point. I just encourage you to get outside. Oh, can you even see me? I don't know. We'll figure out the lighting at some point. Not today. We're not doing that today. Not when I'm in my late luteal phase. It's not happening. Yeah, something's behind me. I don't know if it's a human or a deer. It doesn't matter. I just don't know what it is. Yeah. I hope you like this story. I hope you like this. I've tried to come at this a little bit more from my perspective. Yesterday was like, I was trying to offer advice, which is fine because I was. And I guess I am today, but I'm just trying to inspire you, you know? And I am someone who overthinks things. I am someone who I find it really hard to change state, to go from, let's say, sitting in my van to getting all my stuff and coming outside. I get very oversensitive and overstressed by like the process of coming out. So like when I got out of my car to come here, I had to go through the heat. I had to go to the shop and get water for my dog. I had to go through a load of people. I had to like figure out where I was going to sit so that I was comfortable. Sorry, something's like really tickling my nose. I apologize. And that really stresses me out. And I don't like the idea of having to do that in order to get to the place where I want to relax. So if you feel like that, like I get it. I'm like that too. And something else that I think I want to talk about in more detail at a different time is like simplify. There's an idea of like doing more, adding more. And I actually think we need to do less and simplify things. So, you know, if you want to go and sit out in nature, but you've struggled with the same issues that I've just mentioned, I forgot my point. There's a fly on my tripod. That's why it's distracting me. Then just simplify. Like I said, don't think, oh, I need to take a gazillion things out with me. I need to be able to do stuff. I need to, you know, like, no, just make sure you have a drink, especially if it's hot, and maybe a snack. And if you want to take pictures, then sure, take some kind of camera. If you've got a dog, take what you need for your dog. But like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Put it in a simple bag. Like I used to take my backpack, which is great. And I love my backpack, but it's also really hot. Like it covers a lot of my skin. So it would be very overstimulating, especially in the heat. So I've simplified and I just bring, I don't know if that's a wasp. I just bring this little bag with me. I made this bag, which I'm very proud of. So I just bring this little bag. It just pops over my shoulder, nice and easy. And I just pop the things in it that I need. And I try not to make it too heavy so that it's not uncomfortable to carry. Hello, Faye. And yeah, I just keep it simple. And it's actually so much easier. Like I don't know. I don't know what advice I'm trying to give. Just like make it simple. Make it super simple and come out anyway. Even if it feels like it's going to be difficult, like come out anyway. Once you like find that space to sit and you give it a second, like you might find the space to sit and people interrupt you like they did for me. Faye, I think you're just panting into the microphone. Go on, baby. You know, what am I trying to say? Yeah, because your energy might be up here, like this, and you tend to like attract that same energy. Face sniffing the tripod. Sorry if it's shaking. And you tend to attract that energy, right? That's what I find. I think that's what I had when I came here today. You know, my energy was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I need to find this spot, and I'm a bit hot, and oh, I need to sit down. I need to give Faye water, and you know, my energy's here. So I'm attracting those same people with that same energy, and then when I give it a sec and when I sit down, set my stuff, you know, and I allow nature to nourish me and to ground me, my energy comes down and it calms. And I think that I attract more of that energy around me, you know. Since I've been sat down here now, nobody's come past me apart from those people, but they were kind of in the distance. Like no one's come past me because my energy's been calm. And I truly believe that, like, because I've come down. So you have to give it a sec as well. You might get to where you're going, sit down, and then everything's crazy. Just give it a sec. Let your energy come down. Like, let yourself, like, if you want to cry and be annoyed, I did this the other day. That was the crazy video that I did. If you're like, oh my gosh, that noise is happening and there's people and oh my gosh, like, and you need to just like, or like cry or whatever the thing is that you need to get out of you, then do that. That's fine. Once I did that, once I cried and let it out of me, I was like, oh, like, I'm cool. Like I can chill now. Whatever that thing is, it flowed through me and it came out, and then I could bring my energy down. So yeah, there's that as well. Okay, I'm gonna film my reel, which is gonna be a summarized version of this, and then I'm gonna sit and enjoy the sun for just a bit, and then I'm gonna go meet my partner again. So that's me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspired you in some way to just get out in nature, because I think everybody should. I think it's what we're all supposed to be, and not all close together. Get everybody away from me. I don't like people. Not now, anyway. Especially not now. Yeah, I hope this helped. And if you like these type of videos, this is my 6th video. I am giving myself a challenge to not plan and just be completely authentic. Press the camera and record, and see where it takes me. Like see what I can get out of that. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. Subscribe, like, it helps me just to know that people are actually like enjoying it, because like I have no idea if you're enjoying it or not. Yeah.